Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Saturday, and as you remember on Monday we were working on Fairy Tales and Fantasy 5, the grayscale coloring book by Christine Caron, and I did finish her. I do have to do the background. I'm still deciding because, life. So I did finish her. She is finished up. I finished her hair and everything else. So she is all done. I just have to figure out a background for her and get her posted. So I have not done that yet. So that I did finish it. Hello, Britt. Hello, Audrey. I am glad that you were able to finish up early so that you can join the live stream. Hello, Noelle. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Sue. Hello, Britt. If I didn't say hello, I can't remember. Hello, Nightbot. Hello, Mona. Good morning, Callie. And good morning, everybody out there in Lurker Land. I appreciate you all. So today we are going to be coloring in the Mythographic Artist Vault, and we are going to do the Shannon's 3 pencil challenge. So I have chosen 3 Nyoni pencils of 10, 11, and 12, and that is what we are going to use to color this page here. I was hoping to do this book in order, but, and I did do a little test down here and make sure that the pencils worked on the paper. I did want to do this book in order, but yeah, I don't want to do pink whales. Although, pink whales, now that I think of it, that actually wouldn't look bad pink. What do you guys say? Should we do this one or should we do the one after? All the sea creatures in pink. I think I like the swans in pink actually. Never mind, we'll just do this one. Hello, Yana. We'll just stick with our original. Yana, I have been watching all your pages that you've been putting out, and they're gorgeous. Just saying. All right, let's check and make sure that that's better there. Just going to make sure that everything is showing for you guys well. Does that does that look good for you guys? The swans, yeah. That's what I was thinking. All right, so we're going to start kind of in the middle in this area. And I'm just going to do a base coat of the lightest color first. Yeah, that wallpaper was awesome though. You did such a great job on it. Now I'm not going to cover yeah, I am. I was going to say I'm not going to cover the water yet, but yeah, I am. Because I need the highlight in it. So, but I'm not going to cover the reeds yet. There is color going down, I promise. And Britt, your 3 pencil challenge page was gorgeous. Just saying. I have been trying to keep up on the social medias. I do start the new shift on Monday. So I have been trying to train my brain and my body to get up at between 3:30 and 4 so that I can be out the door by quarter after 5 so that I can be to work on time. Hard to believe I've already been there for 5 weeks and I feel like I know nothing. Yes, she did. Joanna did make a wonderful illustration for that. Okay. I'm going to do small sections at a time just so that we're not bored with one color continuously. Hello, Dawn. Good morning. Hello, Kenny. Welcome, welcome. I'm not worried about keeping this pencil sharp because right now I'm just putting in a base layer. So we're just doing a light layer so that the pencils have something to grab hold of. The paper in this book is very, very smooth. So I want to make sure I have something down for them to grab. Does Kanoko have a new book coming out? Hello, Viking. Good morning. Well, good evening for you or afternoon. I didn't know Kanoko had a new book coming out. I have not ordered it. I did pre-order the Kirby Roseanne book. That's coming out in March. But other than that, I have not had a lot of time to keep up on everything that's coming out. But I do try. Oh, awesome. Okay. I will keep an eye out for it. All right, now we're switching colors here. We're using a number 12. So the first one that I used was number 11. So 11, 12, and 10. So now we're using the next color, which is number 12. That's the reed there. So trying to get everything where it's supposed to be now. And this one I am going to sharpen a little bit here in just a bit. Hello, Marilyn. Good morning. It's called Leon's Adventure. Okay. So if Gusa has come out with a new book, you can check on Amazon. But I think somebody just said that it isn't going to come out until pre-order isn't coming out until February. You can also check on her Etsy shop as well. I did not know that she had a new book coming out. All right, now we're going to come in with number 10. Ah, okay. On her Instagram page, it's showing. All right. I will have to look. So what has everybody been up to? I've missed so much. Morning streams are not ones that I can make anymore, so. Yeah, yeah, I'll wait for a flip through too. I love Augusta's work, but it all depends upon how much of it is just cat. Because, I really enjoy books that are themed. However, I do find that themed books I color in less because of the fact that you just don't want to be coloring a certain theme continually. You know what I mean? Sharpen this one a bit. Nice. I have to do laundry tomorrow. Today, after stream, I'm going to be going through and cleaning up my craft room because, yeah, I've made a mess in here and I haven't had time to clean it out. I have pencils still out from like 3 pages ago, so I need to put all my pencils away, clean up my desk. Hello, Allison. And good morning. Yeah. It's cold in the Pacific Northwest this morning. It's not freezing like it is in the rest of the world, but it is a little chillier here today than it has been. It's supposed to be sunny this afternoon, though, which will be nice. I hope everyone that is down in the California area is safe and sound. I know they're going through a lot right now and that all your families are safe. I keep on keeping an eye on those fires, make sure they're not getting too close to my oldest son's girlfriend. She lives down there, so. Good morning, Alex. All right. going to go back to number 10. So I went to number 12 and now we're going to go back to number 10, which is the darker of the pink, or the darkest of the pink, I should say. I think this might have been a bit of a mistake to do this live. You guys are probably going to be bored to death with 3 colors. And if you have the mark art, you can use the mark art for this as well. You should be able to use the same color numbers for the mark art as the Nyoni, and it will be the same. I do find the mark art and the Nyoni pencils have the exact same color ranges as well as the same color numbers, so I believe that they are the same pencil. So just saying. Oh, surgery starting. Well, I hope it goes well for you. And come back through with the lightest pink here, and we're just going to start blending that together. Now, I will admit I have not watched Shannon's video on her TBCs for the month or the prompts. I just noticed that there was a couple of prompts that have been done that I can join in on. So what are the rules for this prompt? Can you use, say, a gel pen uh, for things on the page? Or do you have to do the whole thing, including background with the 3 pencils? What are the rules? Yeah, you gotta get those projects done so that you're not worried about them or fixated on them while you're trying to recover. Because you will do something silly and go and try to do them. Okay, all right. Because there's some some water bubbles that I want to use a white gel pen on. But if I'm not allowed, that's fine too. I can live. Maybe I have to put a bunch of videos on while I'm cleaning the craft room today, so. Not me. No, not you, Fibber. Okay, good. You used it for dots and dashes too. Okay. Well, that's good to know because that's going to be helpful. So all of the water areas on the page here I'm going to do with the 3 colors. I do need to add a little bit more of this color here. then on this swan, just so that it stands out a little bit more, we're going to use just the dark colors on the wings, and we'll use some of the lighter color on the body. Just so that we have that contrast and they don't completely blend into everything. For oil pastels, I use the brushes. So, and I do believe Yana uses the same thing, but there's all different things that you can use. Um, I do have a set of these brushes I use for oil pastels, and I have a different set of them that I use for King Art gel sticks. Oh, I'm sorry, we're talking to Yana. I'll just go over here and back to my coloring. I do think that Yana uses the same thing, but I did consider doing this entire thing, like all of the base coat in the um, gel stick. Just do the whole thing and then just add pencil to it. But that would not be the three pencil challenge now, would it? Yeah, I use the little tiny ones for the smaller spots too. I have the set of these and it comes with a medium, a large, and a small. I've got several sets of those too. Hello, Connie. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good to see ya. And those are, of course, Shannon's fault. I didn't know you could use them for oil pastels. I've just been using them for my gel sticks, and then Shannon showed me that you could use them for oil pastels, and yet then I had to get more. I use them for regular pastels too, to get into small areas when I'm doing detail work with pan pastels. Just don't flick it too much to, do more of a scrubbing when you're using the powder pastel. All right. Okay, now we're going to do the edge of the record here. Make sure we get our shadow in from the reeds. Then we're going to move on down to the next area. Hello, Della. I hope you feel better soon. I did hear that you were under the weather. I really hope you feel better soon. I'm going to turn the page just slightly here so I can get under here. So I've gone back to number 12. So Callie, I clean my brushes. So um, I clean them with a Lysol wipe, and I just scrub it on a Lysol wipe to get rid of everything that's in the bristles, and then just let it dry, and it does work very well. I haven't had to replace the brushes because of ickiness. I do find after well, I've had them for just over a year, and I've used them quite a bit. I do find that after a while that they are starting to lose a little bit of hair out of them, so I might have to replace mine soon. But I haven't had to really replace any because they were icky, clogged up with stuff. Yeah, all you do is you just lay out a couple of Lysol wipes on the table and just scrub your brush into it. Pick up all of that detergent, and once you end up having no more color coming down onto your wipes, then just let them dry and they'll be fine. A Lysol wipe is a detergent wipe, a bleach wipe. So, you know, Lysol's the brand. It's a disinfectant wipe, and it's just, let's see, I used this one earlier to wipe off the desk, so it's just a, it's sort of like a baby wipe, but with more detergent in it. Yeah, it's like a baby wipe, just with more detergent in it. That's all, with a harsher detergent in it. I did try it with baby wipes, and it does work. It just doesn't work as well with baby wipes. It doesn't seem to break down that oil um, product as well. You could probably use paper towel and um, dish soap as well if you really wanted to, but I find that the detergent breaks it down a little bit easier and it doesn't get as gummy. Yeah, it's a detergent. So I'm just coming through with the darker of the pencil. So this is number 10. Coming through on that edge there. Like so. And blend that out a little bit more with the medium color. Yeah, they're quite simple to clean, but with oil pastels especially, you do need a little bit harsher of a detergent to break down that oil, is what I've found. I have tried the um, dish soap on paper towel, and it does work. It just takes a lot more effort, and it doesn't break down as much of the oil pastel as the Lysol wipes does. The Lysol wipes is a lot quicker and breaks it down a lot easier. In my opinion, using that light number 11, a light pink color to blend and finish off that coloring there. And then we'll start moving into the next area. Yeah, Dawn works very, very well on oil. I do find that it does work well on the oil, but it doesn't get as much of the if you let the brush dry, it doesn't work as well to get all of that oil out, all of that pastel out. So I do find if you are going to use a paper towel and dish soap, you will have to do it right away while the pastel um, is still soft, is still moist, to get all of it out. And that way you don't get a residue reflection in your next colors you use. I do like Dawn dish detergent for it as well because it is a little bit safer and a little bit softer on your hands and that sort of thing than the bleach detergents. But I do find that if I leave my tools to sit at all, uh, the Dawn doesn't get deep enough into the bristles to pull that out. So I'm going to put in the shadow from the swan here and that edge and the shadow from the crane's feet here as well. And the rest of that is record. Yeah. Yeah, I am normally quite conscious of the harsher chemicals that are in things, and I try not to use a lot of them, but there are some that do work better than the lesser alternatives, and Lysol detergent is one of them. Yes, it is a record. It is a record player, so I'll zoom out so you can see it. better here. Okay, so it is definitely my camera that's doing that because this is a different broadcast system than I was using before. So I don't know what's going on with my camera when it does that. But yeah, it's a record player, one of the old ones with the earpiece, the horn. All right, gonna zoom you back in. Yeah. Yeah, if you use anything to clean your brushes that you use for liquid foundation, um, might work. It might not be strong enough to break through that oil especially if it's dry. But like I said, if you clean your brushes right away and you don't let the pastel dry into your brush, you should be able to use the Dawn detergent. I'm just lazy. and But yeah, what you do is you just put the Dawn detergent on your paper towel, put some water on it, and use that to scrub instead of the Lysol wipe, and it should work just fine. But I'm lazy, so. Yeah, a gramophone. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Because my brain was not going to say it. Just using that lighter pink to blend everything together. Now I did think about or think of using a black, a red, and a white. And then I thought, why am I making my life difficult? I'll just use three pinks. I'll be fine. I slept in today. Didn't get up until, almost 6. Thank you, Audrey. I appreciate that. So I got to sleep in a little bit today, so you guys aren't having me yawning in your ear. I'm going to bed at old lady times of 9 o'clock at night, just so that I can function. It'll be a lot better once I'm on my regular schedule, which will be on Monday. Because getting up training my body to get up at that time, I was up at 4 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, and then I wasn't going to work until 7:30 or quarter after 7. And my body's going, "Why are we up so early?" But now that I have to be at work at, you know, 6 in the morning, which means I have to leave here at about quarter after 5, my body will understand a little bit better. Hello, Stacy. Good to see you, darling. I have not seen you in so long. I hope you are doing well. I think so. I think it's going to turn out really nice. I just don't want to bore you all with the same color over and over and over again. All right. So we're almost finished with the water part here. So I'm going to finish up with the water and then we'll start off up into the swans area. And we'll do a swan and that sort of thing. So this shows the water coming up through here, but it doesn't end. But I know it ends because the record starts, so we'll just do a little edge on it. Same with this part here. Try to stay on the page for you on the screen. I have been busy. Busy, Stacy. Too busy. I started a job last month, so I have been trying to control, or not control, but schedule things so that I get all of my enjoyments as well as my employment, into a day, if that makes sense. Or at least into a week. I'm glad you are doing well. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Come down here with that dark pink. Do that edge. So just filling in with the medium pink now, bringing in those shadows and those edges of the water. Ooh, coffee. Good idea. I will drink some. I have a cup. It's starting to get cold, mind you, but it's still here. I made it at 8 o'clock this morning, so it's starting to get cold now. Ooh, Nami. I wish I could have hot cocoa. I miss hot cocoa. I can make my own, but it's not the same. I like the Swiss Miss hot cocoa. Like I said, I can make my own. It's just not the same. Okay. Yeah, the Ghirardelli is good too, but both have a lot of sugar in them, even though it is less in the Ghirardelli. And you are right, there is less sugar content in it. Unfortunately, both of them still upset my tummy. All right, and then we're going to come back through. Ah, yes, control is kind of the right word for me, isn't it? I do need to have order and I'm a horrible person for schedules. I am a stickler to schedules. I don't like being late for anything, and I really don't like being absent if I'm scheduled to be somewhere. So yeah, I guess control is the right word. Silly cow. Oh, nice. Yeah, if I say I'm going to be somewhere, you can be guaranteed that I will be there, unless, something drastic happens and actually kills me. Um, and I will be there 10 minutes before I said I was going to be, and if not earlier, because, if you're 10 minutes early, you're late. Um, yeah, I am one of those people. You are correct. Yes, exactly. I'm a type A plus. Yeah. I get really upset at work when I don't get 100% on a test or on quality control, which I have not been doing at all. So yeah, it's been a challenge for me to let go of that requirement to be absolutely perfect when I'm learning things. Because yeah, I haven't worked with people in a long time, so I get overly emotional and they don't understand it. Okay, so there's our water. Now we're going to put the light color down and we're going to concentrate on this swan. I need to shift. Yes, I use natural cocoa powder, but it just doesn't have the same flavor. I do want to try making with the natural cocoa powder some coconut milk and some honey and see how that does. I might actually use maple syrup instead of the honey, but because I can't use sugar. Ooh, Dutch cocoa powder. That sounds good. All right, so we're going to take the medium. You're not ruining a background. I don't think you could ruin anything you do, Connie. Everything you do is just gorgeous. All right. So I'm just base coating with the medium pink as lightly as I can put it down. And then we'll come back through and we'll do our information on it. So the what I mean by information is making sure that all of the feathers are showing in the right way, and I missed some water there and up here as well. This is where you start seeing different details that you may have missed. And the mythographic books are so detailed that it's not difficult to miss something. Yep. When in doubt, black it out. Come on. You know this one, Connie. Either black it out or glitter it up, one or the other. I'm sorry that your paint is not working the way you want it to, though. I just had to stop my work brain there for a second. Sorry. I almost went into a you know empathy statement from work. I am actually sorry that it's not working out the way you want it to, though. All right, so there we have our starting point. Now we're going to come in with our darker color. We're going to put our shadows in here. Okay, like so. Now just to extend that shadow a little bit, I'm going to take that medium pink and we're just going to blend into the darker pink and just bring that out a little. We're going to leave that light layer alone. Just going to go over it just gently so that we can blend everything together like so. We're going to come down here. Thank you. I didn't see an interruption. Yeah, we've been having internet issues. It just keeps on blurping. No, it's probably just me blurping. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet. It just seems to just do little hiccups every day continually. We thought it was our equipment, but we've updated our router and everything else and it just still does it. So it's not our equipment. No, it's just me. Little hiccup, little bit. Yeah. Just gonna press a little bit harder with that medium tone. Blending those shadows in. Like so. Okay. Now we're going to come up through here. Oh, my focus is acting funny too. Joy. There we go. Hopefully that stops that. I'm telling you, I've got gremlins in my computer. I might have to actually do a clean out of my computer, which means I'm going to have to reinstall everything, which of course is no fun. I did a Windows update and it did horrible, horrible things to my computer. The camera thing was happening beforehand, and I was hoping the Windows update that suddenly came up after that camera started having issues would fix it, and instead it broke my computer. All right. And I haven't been home to do a whole lot to get it sorted out. So maybe next week after my stream, we'll do a Windows reset on it, because I don't want to do it now and have it take, a week to finish it because I'm working. So I will start it after Monday's stream. That way I don't miss Monday's stream. I always thought they were supposed to improve things too. Yeah, we have a new router. We have a brand new one. It was actually just arrived the other day, so we got all of those new things. Our little system we just bought less than 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. And it was working perfectly up until about a month ago, so. And then it started having hiccups, and we've tried everything. And the internet's a funny thing. Yeah, they never do. They always break things when they try to fix things. Okay, I'm going to sharpen this again. Because I need a sharper point to get into the center parts of these feathers here. this one out. Yeah, they say they're supposed to be fixing something. I think they just break it. Every time they tell me at work that we're going to have to do updates on the computer, my inside just shrinks. It's like, but then I'm going to be broken for the next week until somebody can come fix it. Well, it all depends upon what you use it for and how much you use it. If you use it for just social media and stuff, you can probably get away with just the phone and the tablet. But if you use it for anything else that takes a lot of power to do, it might be better just to use a computer. I find that doing my videos and that sort of thing, I've never done a video on a phone other than a short, and even uploading that was insanely slow and just killed me. So, yeah, if you're not using it for anything serious, you should be perfectly fine as long as you've got some protections on your device. Just going over, filling in the darker areas with a little bit of pressure and putting a light layer over everything else as we blend it in. Because we're only using the two colors on the swan. Like so. Hello, Kim. Good morning. And then for the beak, we're going to use that light pink. Like so. Thank you, Callie. And then a little bit of the medium pink for the shadow. right, so there's one swan done. Now we're going to do the same thing with the other swan. Actually, we're going to add, let's see, we're going to take our blender and we're just going to see if that stays light enough, because I might want to add a little bit of that light pink to it. I think it does. Okay. Just making sure. All right. So we're going to take our light tone and we're just going to color, give it a base coat. So I'm only using two colors on the swans other than the beak, and that's number 12 and 10. And we'll put a full base coat on this swan, and then we'll come through and do the shadows and everything else with the darker color. And then do a bit of blending and highlighting with this one. Now, if you are doing a 3-color challenge and you find that an area is too dark, that you've got too much pencil on there, or the wrong color of pencil in that spot, you can of course come in with your eraser and knock down some of that color so it's not as dark. I did not notice that. I will have to look. I have not noticed that with mine. I just gotta remember what pages I colored with that set. But no, I did not notice that. It's also really cold in my room, so that might make a difference too. But I will look. I do know that they are a lot softer than the regular Paul Rubens. So that does tell me that there is a lot more oil in them than binder, than the pigment and the other products that are in it. So I would not be surprised. Oh, there's heat in here. It's just not hot in here. It's not freezing cold, but during the winter it's just not hot in here. Because especially since I've been working, the computer's off all day, so it's not putting out the heat that would normally keep this room really warm. So yeah, that is odd. I will have to take a look at my pages. What pages have you used it on? What kind of paper? Has it been really thick paper or? just wondering if it's really porous paper, or if it's actually just absorbing it and pushing it through. I will have to look. Like I said, I have not noticed it, but I think most of the things that I've done with oil pastels have been in a book or on a PDF that, I know that I use them a little bit in um, the portrait book that I just finished. My brain is not letting me think of the name of it. The Garden Lady there. And I didn't go through that paper at all. I did a couple of backgrounds with the oil pastels in Garden Lady. Nice. Yeah. I'm so used to seeing the Canadian geese and the swans, and we don't see that much up here in the town that I live in, but when I go to work, there's actually a little pond down the road from where I work that the geese hang out at, and the swans and the ducks. And I can't believe we've gotten this much done so far. I guess when we don't have to think about too much about color, it goes by a little bit quicker. I'm so indecisive sometimes when it comes to color, so only having three to use seems to make things go a little bit quicker. Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate that. Yeah, this book is going to be one that is just done with monotone colors, and the three pencil challenge uh, makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's still very monotone colored. So, all right, then his beak. Bring that into here. Yeah, Canadian geese can be very noisy. It's all those Canadian parties that they go to. Yes, they can. Well, any animal or bird can be mean, especially if you frighten them. But Canadian geese and swans definitely can be very mean. Geese are horribly mean, especially if they're protecting their brood. If they're protecting their babies or their eggs, they get to be pretty nasty. And they'll poop on you. Yep. Yeah, even if there's only three or four or two or three of them, they still form a V. It's just ingrained into their little brains that they need to be in a V. Okay, so that's goose number or swan number two done. Now we're going to finish off this record as well. We're going to come up through here with that medium. And the light. Yeah, if you go into an aviary, you're gonna get dookied on. I'm sorry. And then we're gonna take that light pink, which is number 11, with all the babies in your house. I think your time cup is full too. All right, so we've gotten the swans and the top of the record done. Now we're going to do the crane, and we're going to start with the neck of the crane. And I'm going to do this with just the dark color up until the bottom of the neck. And I'm just going to do it light first, and then we're going to sharpen it and get into those darker colors. Exactly. I definitely know that. You gotta make concessions, you know? Those choices. Heron, yes, thank you. I know what color they are, but the names sometimes slip my brain. A crane is different. A red heron, that's what it is. Thank you for that, Connie. Like I said, it just completely slipped out of my brain of what it was. That is very true. Color while you have daylight, shower when they're in bed. I'm going to take that light pink, blend that in down here. Just taking the dark pink and just giving little bits of contrast in the back feathers here, the tail feathers. Now typically I do believe these would be a whitish color, but I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've seen a heron. Not since the last time I was out in Canada. Well, actually, even not then, because we didn't do a lot of sightseeing at that point. We didn't go up into the mountains like we normally do. No problem, Alex. Welcome home. Thank you, Connie. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I definitely appreciate you being here with me. I've missed you all so much. I need to watch some more of everybody's streams. Unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of time, so coming through with that medium just to put a little bit of contrast in the light pink, but not as dark of a contrast as the rest of it. There we go. And then we're going to come down here. There. this one here. Okay. Oh, nice. It's wonderful. I don't know if these are the correct proportions of color, but this is all pink, so yeah. It is what it is. There we go. All right. Now, excuse me. I'm going to do the bottom part of the record here. We've got about half an hour left, and then we'll do the other heron. Just going to put a base down. No, I'm using the Nyoni. I am using 3 colors from the Nyoni. You can use the mark art if you have the mark art instead of the Nyoni. Alright. And then we're just going to start coming in with that dark. Adding that light underneath gives us a little bit of contrast in the dark when we start adding it completely. Yeah, the volunteer firefighters out here aren't required to have that requirement, I think. I don't think it's part of the job requirement in this little town, that's for sure. And I'm just using the one pencil. Oh, sorry. I was off screen. Oh, hello, Nightbot. You decided that you were going to pop in all at once, did you? I don't know if Shannon is lurking, but she usually is. She is probably lurky. I do not. That is one set I have looked at, and I do not have them. They reminded me a lot of the Artisto, which I do have. So I did look at them, but they did look a lot like the Artisto pencils. I may get them at some point just to compare, but just not in the budget right now. It's on sale for $10. Might have to look into it. For $10, I couldn't afford that. But the last time I looked at them, they were a little bit more expensive than that. I will take a look at them. And for that price, that's not a bad price at all. So I will take a look at them. I have been very conservative with finances um, lately, so I still need to put together and finish putting together the Derwents that I got for Christmas. It's slow going. I have gone through and I have rearranged them. I just have to redo the swatch chart and everything else. So nice. Excuse me. All right, we're going to work on this crane up here. We're going to sharpen that. All right, and we're going to come in under here. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I have the full 100 set of the ink tints. Bob got me a set of the Derwent Chromaflow, which I did swatch on stream here, and I have gone through and rearranged them into where I want them to be for color. I just need to re-swatch them, make a swatch chart and then do the proper swatch and review. So I know it's been a while since I got them, but with the schedule at work and correcting my sleep schedule for the new schedule and all of that, I just have not had the brain power to do anything like that. So I am going to be working on that probably in the next week since I have a little more time in the afternoons because I'll be starting work so early in the morning. I'll be getting home a lot earlier than I have been. So I will have a little bit more time on my hands before I have to start making dinner and going to bed. So, okay, going to just come through and put a little bit of contrasting on the legs. Tail feathers. Just coming down on the feathers in their spines so that when I come back through with that light pink, it'll show a contrast. Okay, so that's water that's coming out of there. Okay. Like so. This, like so. So far, yeah. So far the people are great. Um, I'm a little bit apprehensive of the amount of information I had to pile into my brain to do the job, and I'm hoping that I do it well, um, without too many technical errors of, yeah, no, that's not how we do things here. Um, but yeah, so far the job has been fun. Um, Up until now, it's just been training, so up until now, I've only taken a few calls, a handful of calls, compared to on the phone in a full-time capacity. So we finished training yesterday, so starting on Monday, we're on the phones, taking calls in a normal atmosphere of them. So we're not going to have as much help that we were having while we were in training, which has me a little apprehensive because I don't feel I know or I'm confident enough with what I know to help the customer appropriately, but we will see. And it will come in time. I'll get better at it. It's just I get I don't like it when I can't help somebody because I don't know how to. Nice. Yeah, ink tints are wonderful. Okay. And there's our second heron. Just going to come in with a little bit of that medium pink. I'm just going to blend down, or yeah, the medium pink. We're just going to bring that hard line down a little. Like so. Okay. And there we have our other birdie birdie. Darken his head a little bit here. And there we go. Oh, the sun is coming out. All right. Now I'm going to do the reeds here, and then we'll do this one here if we have time. The reeds we're going to do the dark pink. Yeah, yeah, you're all more than capable with your tools. You gotta, if you purchase something, you gotta use it. You gotta try it. You gotta give it, a little bit of time to get used to how it behaves for you. Don't ever worry about oh, I'm not good enough and that sort of thing, because I have seen each and every one of your coloring, you people color, and all the posts on Instagram tells me that you are more than capable. All right, sharpen this one more time. These poor pinks are going to be like stubbies by the time I'm done. Yeah, exactly. Practice makes progress. There is no need for perfection, just progression. Yeah, books intimidate me sometimes too. I do get intimidated by some mediums. Um, Watercolor intimidates me, but I just continue to practice with it. And once I, you know, get to a point where I'm happy where I'm at, I see other things I want to learn how to do. So it's a progress too. So, all right, now we're going to do the record here. Again, just putting down a base color of the light color here. And there is water spots there that will need to be colored, but I'm going to do that a little bit differently than I am on the record player itself, on the record. Because we have water coming out of everywhere. Now, just so y'all know, for those of you out there that don't know about record players, do not put water on them. It does not turn out well. Just saying. Disclaimer. The swans will not come to play. Yes, I do use oil pastels in coloring books. I use them for backgrounds and I do use them to color if uh, wild hair catches me. Um, but yes, I have used them in coloring books, and I do like using them in coloring books. Same with my King Art gel sticks. I use them in coloring books too. Uh, with the amount that you put on with the brush, it's very minimal, and it will dry. It will cure, and then it's fine. You don't need to seal it with anything. When you're using a brush, it goes on very, very thin. Unlike if you're using a palette knife or a stub. If you're using a paper stump or a palette knife, you'll need to let it sit longer for it to cure so that you can close your book. I always suggest that you put a little bit of wax paper between your pages when you close your book, even if you put it on really thin. I keep on forgetting to do that, and yeah, I probably ruined a couple of books that way, so do have to find my parchment paper for the craft room. I have a special roll of it, and I just don't remember where I put it. Yes, gel sticks need to cure as well. If you use a gel stick and you let it sit for more than 24 hours, you will find that you're not able to erase that. as well as if you were to put it down and then erase it because you didn't want that color there. If you let it sit and cure, you won't be able to erase it. Same with if you're using water to move it. You will find after a certain period of time you won't be able to move that pigment because it's been set into the page. All right, take the medium pink, which is number 12. Fill in a couple of areas here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I have a roll of parchment paper around here somewhere. I know I have one in the kitchen, but I had a roll in my office here and I can't remember where I put it. I probably put it in one of my totes just to keep it from getting crumpled and yucky. So I just need to dig it out. Get Bob to print me a roller or something for it. Not like I have room. I keep on getting him to print me all these things and put up all these things, and I'm running out of wall room for them now. So it's a nice big room, but once you get all the stuff in here, it seems to get smaller. All right, and then we're going to do the water here. I'm taking that medium. And I'll come back through with those really little areas of water and I will add some white to them. All right, and then we're going to take our dark pink here. Like so. And then we're just going to blend that down to that white area. We're not going to touch the white area. We're just going to let the white area be white, which gives us a little bit of contrast and movement in that water. All right, so that is all for today. I'm going to zoom you out so that you can see everything. And we're going to zoom it back in a little bit more. There we go. Because you don't need to see down on my lap. There. That gives you a good view of it. I will finish up the records possibly this weekend, but I can't guarantee it. We will continue this on Friday or on Monday. On Friday. Sheesh. So yeah, I will be working on this on Monday night and hopefully finish this up by next weekend. And Monday we will choose what we are going to be doing next weekend, what we're going to be starting. Um, yeah, so for those of you that weren't here at the start of the stream, I did finish the uh, the little the little girl here. I'm going to zoom it out. So I did finish Christine Caron's winter warmth page. I do have to do a background on it, maybe. I'm still deciding on whether or not it needs a background. So I did finish her up at least. So I did get a little bit of coloring done this week. All right, so I will see you all on Monday. For anybody that hangs out in the Discord, I might be popping in there today while I clean the office. So if you want to come hang out with me in Discord, you are welcome to do so. Like I said, I've got a bunch of cleaning to do in the office, so I won't be coloring, but you can talk to me while I clean the office out. All right. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So that is it for today. Thank you all very much for coming and hanging out with me. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everybody. Discord is, if you type in exclamation point Discord, you will get a link to a chat service that we hang out in. It's sort of like Facebook on steroids. So you can chat in the voice chats, or you can just go into the text chat and hang out that way. Yeah, it's kind of like um, Zoom, kind of like Zoom, but it's a voice chat that's open to anybody that is in the Discord channel. You can come and hang out. All right, so thank you all very much for coming and hanging out, and of course, always remember to relax and color because life is too short and we are all too busy. Yes, yes, it's kind of like the old AOL chat rooms. So, all right, guys, with that, I will see you all later. And for anybody that wants to hang out, like I said, I will be in Discord at some point this afternoon as I'm cleaning the office, okay? Until next time, bye bye for now.